What is up, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new post commentary duel video. It has been a long ass time since I've said that, but as you can tell, we are back. We are back. I said on Twitter and I think Facebook, but I might have been just Twitter, that I was gonna make it an effort to get something recorded this weekend. Preferably a duel video of some sort. And I ended up getting 2 matches recorded. I know that's so much, applauds to me. But I ended up getting 2 matches recorded. I'm playing against my friend Adam on the right there, who's currently playing a Spiral build, which from what I understand is like one of the best meta decks that you can play. And it's also the deck that I think he's going to be taking to a regional in New Jersey, which he's going to be playing in tomorrow. So wish him luck for that. Hopefully he does well. He deserves it. So as you can see, he had to go. He opted to go first, or no, I think I chose to go second, just because I'm just going old school, go second with Mermail, and don't care what the meta is right now because I'm, as you know, just well out of it. Don't really know what's going on right now. I'm just kind of playing what I know. And my only play is to, as you saw, summon Marksman to go for the Neptibus, swinging for 800. And then, get some searches going off of the Neptibus, sending Dragoons, adding some cards to my hand, as you saw there. And then, unfortunately, no other moves to make, for the rest of the turn. I make a huge mistake here when he goes to use Gofu. I have a Ghost Ogre in my hand, and I just don't use it. That's something I could have seen myself doing months ago, and I'm just sure as hell as I'm not surprised that I did it now. Keep in mind, I literally haven't played a match of Yu-Gi-Oh! Probably in 3+ months, 4+ months, and I decided to Ghost Ogre that, and that dies anyways, and I lose my Neptibus to his Decode Talker. I'm just playing terribly. I know. There's going to be plenty of fuck-ups on my part. Plenty of bad plays that I'm going to be making. I just want to relearn Mermails. I'm just going to start playing it at locals again. Just to kind of practice a little bit. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. Do test hands every day. Things like that. I just want to slowly ease back into it. He drops that really expensive card on me. It's going to allow me to, not do things. I think he Ghost Ashes the Megalo Search effect, which is okay. I still get my Dragoons effect. Of course, he can't use Ash on either the Dragoons or the Marksman, so all good there. I get to summon the Toad. I think I discarded a Abyss Mander. Still playing that card in this build because I think it's decent. Also, on another side note, my build is probably ancient and needs to be revamped for the current meta. I return him to my hand, and then normal summon the old Swap Frog, and I send, I believe, another Swap Frog to the grave. And now I have the Ronin Toad set up in the grave with the Swap Frog, and I think I do go for the Toad play, which is okay. Toad not as great as I would want him to be in this matchup, because there's just so many other things his deck can do to get around mine. And he activates Evenly Matched. It's like my first time reading this card. I know it's busted. And I'm trying to detach for Toad, but I realized, oh, you don't even detach for this effect. You have to distribute something. So I'm like, I'll tribute the way the Totally Awesome. I'll take his Evenly Matched, because why the hell not? That'd be a cool card to have on my side of the field, right? And I will add back a Dragoons to my hand to use for discard fodder later on. I figure that'd be a pretty easy play to use to pull off there, as it benefits me just a little bit. As you can tell if you're familiar with what Spirals can do when they open really well, he hasn't opened well. That's what it comes down to. You could have the best deck in the world. At some point, you're going to open up a bad hand. It's not that his build is terrible. He just didn't open well. And he ends up clearing my Megalo. And at this point, I am able to use evenly matched. I decide not to because I don't think there's any point in doing so. He's just going to lose one card. Luckily, I draw into a Neptibus. It gets Ghost Dashed. You know, no more Dragoons left to send. I send an infantry in desperation to destroy his Spiral monster. And then I get a Teus to my hand to use with that Dragoons. And I actually am able to take that game from him. Game 1 will go to me. Surprisingly enough. Despite, you know, the predicted outcome of what you might think this match will be. This turn, I end up opening up the Swap Frog engine. I'm actually getting used to the combo now. I think, like, low-key, I had always overthought the swap play to get your first turn totally awesome, so I really never went to do it. But now I actually know how to do it. I know, what a shocker. So we get our Toad on board. So here is something that happens. This is like a learning curve for me here. He ashes the Toad because I go to summon, and I'm not playing Dupe Frog. And like that might seem weird to you guys, but like I have never played Dupe Frog in my build ever. Like if you go back, watch old deck profiles, I've just never played Dupe Frog. I don't think there's a demand for people telling me to play Dupe Frog in my build because it literally only comes in at this point. But I decide to just have it get negated. I don't want to take his Ghost Ash. It doesn't really give me any use. I'd rather keep the Toad on my field to be able to negate something, just like that. So I steal the Gofu, and I'm not sure what else his other follow-up's going to be. Now I'm deciding on what I want to add back to my hand. Add the infantry. I think that's a no-brainer. I have another totally awesome in extra deck, but I don't think it's going to come up at all. I'm probably just going to play one, if any. He hits a set Twin Twister. You know, of course, he calls monster correctly. Literally, the 2 matches we played, every time he called monster, there was a monster on the top of my deck. So I think that's just a bad matchup for me because it's a very monster-heavy build. My friend Adam, I need to get that card, the Baguzga, the Terribly Tired Tapir. I need to pick up one of those. That's like the new Castell, apparently. Very, very good. I need to grab one. I think I should definitely pick up 1 or 2 of those. I need to pick up Sekka Soul. I think that's what the card's called. Like, you play it, you draw 2 cards, and you can't activate spells for the rest of the duel. That with Mermail is going to be very, very good, I think. He told me it would be, so I'm open to all these suggestions. Like, if you guys want to leave suggestions, let me know, because I'm out of the loop. Got to work my way back. We fell down to the bottom of the well. We got to crawl our way up, and it's definitely not going to be easy. But he's going to use the mandatory effect, which he has to detach during his standby phase. Which is nice, because if that thing didn't do that, it would just be way too OP. He's going to win game 2 there with pretty much no opposition for me, just because I couldn't get anything going. The Toad was enough, and his Baguzga, or whatever you call that thing, it was just too much. Too much to be able to do anything against. And it just had to let it go. Had to let that game go. We'll go to a game 3, shuffle things up real quick. Oh, and if anybody was wondering what that Pokemon card is in the middle, it is just for to keep track of zones, or link zones and things like that. Because as you obviously can tell, neither of us are playing on zone playmats, because fuck that. I don't think I'll ever play on a zone playmat unless I absolutely have to. And if I have to, I don't think I want to play at that tournament, because that's just lame. He's going to use 1-for-1 and ditch his Ghost Cherries. Not too great against me in this matchup. Speaking of Ghost Cherries and extra deck monsters, as he does his shenanigans, going into... I forget that card's name. It's one of the newest Spiral Link monsters. It's supposed to be like really good. And it is really good, don't get me wrong. But there is a couple link monsters that I need to pick up. Obviously, I want the Abyssalacia. I don't know when the hell that's coming out. I do need some vanilla link monsters that are pretty good. Like, apparently there's a link monster that is out now that, for at least me, in my build that I currently have, which is long outdated, trust me, I know, that goes for the Gofu, Link Spider, and the Decode Talker. Apparently there's another card you can just summon. The name of it escapes me right now, and it's actually kind of frustrating, but it's like a dragon or something. Oh, Proxy Dragon is the name. I need a Proxy Dragon. Gotta grab one of those. I could just proxy a Proxy Dragon, I suppose, no. But that's... I need overhauls everywhere. Extra deck, main deck. Don't even have a side deck, but gotta get one going. And the other deck that I was thinking about building was the World Chalice. I think I want to put together the World Chalice deck because not too cheap and seems like it has a lot of potential. Not too cheap. It is pretty cheap in comparison to most decks, of course. The only thing that's going to add price is like the Ghost Ash and stuff like that. That is mandatory right now. I'm just hesitant to buy them because I feel like they're going to get reprinted the second I buy them. I just don't know. I know there's probably nothing announced right now. It'll be all over YouTube, but I think I'm just going to hold on to not buying those for a while because they're going to be cheap at some point. I'm not going to pay a ridiculous amount of money for cardboard. And I don't think you guys can blame me for not wanting to do so. He's got Spiral Sleeper, Resident Sleeper on his board, with Spiral Last Resort attached to it. I decided to put Teus in defense, and then realizing I have no other moves to make, I have to scoop because his board is just too much, and what I'm able to put on the field that turn will not be sufficient enough to stop what he's going to do next turn. It just comes down to not being able to get anything done. Very lackluster play for me there, I understand. I'm working on it. A lot of the combos I've forgotten. Trying to get back to that. But despite from not knowing how to play the deck properly even to this day, I feel like, because I feel like I'm just so bad at Mermail, despite what some of you may think, is that my build just needs to be overhauled, and I just need to look into some cards and stuff, eventually pick up a World Chalice deck. So yeah, that is where things stand at the moment. So yeah, nice to give you guys a dual video and catch you guys up on some things a little bit as well in the same time. So 2 birds with 1 stone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and yeah. The one thing I wanted to touch on before this video ends, if you're still watching, the 5K playmats, obviously those didn't work, but I've been working on designing some shirts that will be legit available in a Teespring store at some point soon. Just a simple design, probably just a small logo on the front shirt, like a patch or something, this patch design or whatever on the shirt. Something small and simple, not too flary or, you know, whatever you want to call it. Just something like that. We'll see, though. I'll keep you guys up to date on that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.